This is Kiasa Farms, and he's into ducks, he's into birds and rabbits. So now let's come to the rabbits. How many rabbits do you have currently?
About 43.
43
Yeah.
rabbits.
Yes. That is the adult and the bunnies.
Okay. So how many did you start with? 2.
Yeah.
How many months now?
3.
3.
3. Yeah.
This one 2, 3.
Yes.
How many females?
There were 3 females, and then my friend who just left.
Okay.
Okay, I kept them for like a year, and I was just keeping them as pets.
You were just keeping them like pets?
Yes.
Okay.
And feeding them. And my friend, the one who just left with the car,
okay,
Richie, is like, nigga, how can you have females there like that? Do you want them to start doing this stupid stuff? Come on, get them. do something. I'm like, oh, Charlie, do something. You get them some meal to come and satisfy them.
Mm-hmm.
At least let's look at the way they satisfy them, and then we can also be fine.
So in the idea of keeping rabbit was not for production but
for pleasure.
For pleasure.
Actually,
for aesthetic value.
Whatever I do is for pleasure first.
Okay. Then out of the pleasure,
then I did my business.
Let's put it this way, more or less like a hobby.
Yes.
Of just keeping 1 or 2, but out of it, business or money comes out of it.
Exactly.
So you started with 3 females and added how many males?
1.
Yeah. And crossed all of them.
Yes.
Have you sold some?
Yes, I have.
How many?
Just yesterday I sold. No. On Friday.
Okay.
I sold 1.
Okay.
And then we've eaten some.
So. So you are keeping the birds, rearing them, and you are eating some and selling some.
Yes.
Okay. So it's feeding the family.
Basically, I don't want to buy meat because I hear the price of meat is very high.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't buy meat and I don't buy eggs.
You don't buy meat, you don't buy eggs.
Yes.
So
I have my goats where when I'm looking for goats, I go for.
Okay.
When I'm looking for what is it called, preco, I know where I go.
Okay.
When I'm looking for
pig.
Yes.
Okay.
And so when I'm looking for this, I know where I go. So that at least I don't have the mind of buying this thing. At least this thing should be out of my expenditure list.
So it's a hobby farm. You are keeping them to feed the family.
Yeah.
But at the same time too, you are making money out of it.
Exactly.
Good. But it looks like this the sole job you do.
Also into crypto, which is down, but then Charlie, I'm still in it.
Yeah. He's a cryptomania. So he's into crypto, trading,
investment and stuff.
And
but
the focus is more on this.
Yeah, actually, this is my passion. So basically, I don't invest much money. I don't invest money here. I don't invest much money here because it's kind of a lesson for most of my friends and the youth. People come around and say, "Oh, Charlie, won't you help me? Won't you do this?" I'll tell you that, Charlie, if I give you money today, tomorrow you come back. Let me show you the strategy. Just like with my birds, with the fowls.
Okay.
I bought 2 local birds. I'll just give you how I started with the fowls.
Okay.
2 local birds. A security man over there sold it to me.
Okay.
1 for 25 cedis.
Okay.
Good. But then brought them here. And then that is how the wholesale starts. You multiply, you sell them, you get this and the Brahma fowls.
Okay.
The eggs, you give to them, you get the chicks, and then that is it. You start coming.
Okay. Good. So now let's come to the rabbits.
Yeah.
You started with 3 females, 1 male, and now you have about 43.
43, yeah.
So now, how lucrative is the rabbit business?
Man, I will say it's very lucrative because even with what I was doing, actually I brought them from my uncle's place. My uncle was the one rearing them.
Okay.
So I just go catch one, bring to the house, kill, and enjoy.
Okay.
Whenever I go there, I catch one, bring to the house, kill and enjoy.
Okay.
I'm like, this guy is doing that, and if I want, I have to go to a showman to bring rabbit to come and eat. When I have more leaves here even than him.
Okay.
And I'm free, so why wouldn't I just
start?
So one day he told me that he wants to fold up.
Oh, okay. He want to go out of the rear.
Yes.
Okay.
But he's alone. He's getting too busy and stuff. His schedule is getting too busy.
Okay.
And he's an engineer as well. He's keeping it like a pleasure.
Okay.
So I said, hey, uncle, so come and take them. At least you have space. You can do something. I was like, okay. So this cage here.
The first cage.
Yes, that's what I used to say in infirmary. That's where he was keeping his own. And there's one in the hen coop.
Okay.
So I went and then brought them here.
How many?
There were 6. I brought them and I was slaughtering some. He gave some to his friends. And then I keep the younger ones to grow.
Okay.
I get the male to come and do something to them. And then, because I didn't want them to kind of like increase, I just go get some male ones to come and do something. And I kill the rest.
Oh, okay.
So consistently. And I think 4 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, my wife was like, okay, this thing we are doing, if we are able to do it like a business, we'll make money. I said, business, yeah. Already I'm doing this one. I said, so add this one. Just fine meat and stuff. People are craving for it.
There's market for it.
Yeah. The market is wicked.
How much is one rabbit?
Let's say from 150 to 200.
I want to 150 to 200.
Yes, you get it.
One rabbit.
All of it. So let's say 120, 200 you get. And if they slaughter it and then prepare it for you, the price is different.
Wow.
Yes.
So if they finish prepared, it can cost like how much?
People sell some from 250, 300 and stuff.
So now it is not going to be you are making a huge business out of the rabbit farming.
Well, now starting to do some business out of it, because now I'm now selling some, and then I sold the first batch.
Okay.
The first batch of my production.
Okay.
When I started making it as a business.
Okay.
The first batch, someone came and then saw the previous stock, was like, oh, shall I want their kits? So I sold some. And then when I went for the exhibition, for the Farmers Day exhibition, people came for the bunnies, sold some of the bunnies out. Okay. They were selling one for 50, one for 50 and stuff. Charlie, and the people were craving for it. I'm like, hey, I didn't ask them. Okay.
So if somebody wants to go into the rabbit farm, how much do the person? The cage, preparation of the cage. I saw the irrigation system or the watering system.
Yeah.
All those things. How much?
Okay, this cage I use here is galvanized. Why? Because of the termites in my area.
Okay.
So this cage cost me 1,400.
1,400
per cage.
So that was the cage alone.
Yes.
So if somebody wants to,
but if wherever you are there is no termites,
okay,
I think you should go for the wooden one.
The wooden one.
Yeah. This is 6 rooms for 1,400.
Okay.
With the wooden ones, you can get like 18 rooms for maybe 2,000 cedis.
Oh, okay. So that's 18 rooms. Rabbits can go inside.
Proper partitioning, you can get like
that will be 36.
That's 36.
Yeah, 36. Okay. So one complete house can take about 36.
Yes.
Rabbits. Okay.
And 36 because when the males wouldn't like to stay too in a cage.
Okay.
But then if you put them from their youth, from their young age, they will learn to cohabit in one cage.
Okay.
So that's what I do to them. I just put them in there together to cohabit, and then that makes sense for me.
Okay. So now, apart from getting the cage, which will cost you, let's say, 1,400, which is the galvanized type, but the wooden type will be lesser, depending on the type of wood you use.
The wooden one is actually cheaper.
Okay.
It doesn't matter the type of wood.
So let's say roughly getting the rabbits, 2 females and 1 male. So let's budget and say like roughly 2,000. You can start with
rabbit farm.
The rabbit farm. So what if somebody who is not having that 2,000? How can a person start?
If you don't have 2,000,
because you definitely need a cage, either wood or the galvanized type.
My brother, if you don't have a cage and where you are, you have some space.
Okay.
Get some nets and then put around, or get some sticks.
So you can use nets.
Yes.
Or sticks.
Yeah, wood.
Wood.
Create a place and then get the nets around it.
So you can use these rejected or broken pallets to use it to do
exactly
a cage for them.
Just create a cage for them, and then let's say roof it.
So you don't need so much money.
I think doing things like this, somehow, if you are creative, you wouldn't have to.
You need to be creative.
Just be creative. Over here,
on saving so much costs.
If you want to save so much cost, you need to be creative. Right now, this pond I'm looking at, okay, emptying the water is always like a job for me.
Okay,
it's too tedious. So what I'm thinking is, I'm going to empty the whole water, create a pond up there on the land, not digging.
Okay.
And I'll use this for the bunnies.
Okay.
For the small rabbits. So I use it for the small rabbits. I just create something on top where there can be air, and then the roof also works there. You get it? Then I keep the bunnies here. So when all of them give birth, I just bring their kids here to eat, stay here till they grow. Then I can start sorting them all out.
Okay.
And that makes sense. Then the cages will be there for proper use.
Oh, okay.
You get it? Then that place, when it's done, the water there, when I open it, I lay pipes into this place, irrigate this whole place, and plant cocoyam. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking of doing snail farming too.
Snail farming?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So here I would plant cocoyam and some plantains if possible, and fence the whole place.
Okay.
I'll fence the whole place and be irrigating the place with the water from the ducks and from the fish. Okay. So I'll irrigate the whole place with it, and then put the snails inside, and then I wouldn't even go inside for like a year, and that's good money as well.
That's good. That's very good creative initiative. Now, when you have one rabbit, how long does it take from day one to getting pregnant, and how many children does it give you per pregnancy?
When you cross your rabbit, gestation takes 1 month.
1 month.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then in 1 month you have your babies literally. You have
so roughly 2 months. 2 months you have how many babies?
In 1 month you will have your child. You have your bunnies.
Okay.
So if you cross it today, what's today's date?
Today is 18th.
Cross it on the 18th. 18th of next month. You should be expecting rabbits.
Rabbits.
Babies.
Rabbit babies or baby rabbits.
So they are bunnies.
Bunnies.
Yes.
Okay, good. So per pregnancy, how many average rabbit babies can you get?
I give myself 6. So the average later is 6.
6.
Or some give me 9, 12 and stuff.
But averagely, if
all
you
of
don't
them,
really do well, 6.
Yes.
Per one rabbit.
Per rabbit.
Wow. So if you start today, how long does it go before they start getting pregnant?
The female one will have to take 6 months and then produce.
6 months.
5-6 months. 5 months you can cross it.
Okay.
But I will always go for 6 months.
6 months. Oh, okay. Before.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that it matures very well.
Okay. So now, in a year, a span of a year, how many pregnancy of rabbits do you expect to have, or babies to have in a year?
Let's say, let me give you this scenario here.
Okay.
Last time a friend of mine came here and I was like, if I'll buy a cow, if they give me a cow and a rabbit, I'll choose the rabbit and leave the cow.
Why?
Because the rabbit will be more valuable than the cow in a year.
Why?
And even 2. Good. How much do you think a cow will cost now?
Maybe 2,000, 3,000.
Good. 2,000.
Or even some places 5,000.
No, that's a big cow I'm talking about. So let's say calf. So a calf, 1,500, 2,000 you will get.
Okay.
So that's less than 1 year.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's go for the rabbit.
Okay.
You buy rabbits. Averagely, let's say 150 cedis. The cow. Okay, we are going to use just one.
Okay.
So if you want to do your analogy, you can also kind of like say maybe more. Just use the money of the cow and then buy the same rabbit. So you are buying one, just 150 cedis. You cross it. and every
That's the female one.
the female one.
Okay.
So you cross the female one, and every month. So you can schedule it to the extent that every 2 months it gives birth.
You have to schedule. So meaning that there are some actions you need to put in place.
You see, over here in Ghana, they will tell you that when the rabbit kind of like delivers, that's the latest.
Yeah.
The term for it is litter. So when it litters, okay, you let the mother it for a month,
okay,
and then you can wean it off. That's take them from the mother. And in Kenya, Uganda, and other places, they don't. If they're doing it for business, they don't do that. They don't waste that much time. So if you're using the Ghanaian method, okay, you can get it to litter 5 or 6 times. Hardly would they get 6.
Okay.
The Ghanaian method.
Okay.
Hardly would they get 6.
Okay.
If you're going to get 6 times, then it will enter the following year. That's 1 year. But if you're using my method, in a year, you can get it to litter 7 times.
What is that method?
Good. When the rabbit delivers, when it litters, okay, I keep the kids. The kids stay with their mother for 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly 3 weeks. The eyes open.
Okay.
And they start eating leaves.
Okay.
So I pump in more leaves for them.
Okay.
2 days added.
Instead of the dry food.
I give them the dry food, but then I add more leaves.
More leaves. Okay.
So I add 2 days more, and you see them moving around and doing their own stuff, trying to feed.
Okay.
Good. So then I separate them and feed them with more leaves.
Okay. So roughly within 4 weeks.
No, less than 4 weeks.
You have to separate it from the
So
mother.
less than a month.
Okay.
I separate it from their mother.
Okay.
Okay. And then the mother will be there.
Okay.
So I give the mother some days, like 4 or 5 days, 3, 4, 5 days.
Okay.
I feed it with more leaves. So when it happens like that, I give the mother what's it called, pawpaw leaves.
Okay.
That is a dewormer, it's kind of like flash system.
Okay.
Give them pawpaw leaves to eat for some time. I give them leucemia for vitamins and then more protein.
Okay.
Then my mahogany, I give them that to kind of like prepare them. And when it's done, the day I stop, let's say the first 2 days, this is what I do to them. The first 2 days after I take their kids away,
Okay.
this is what I do to them. Then I now start giving them their feed and give them more vegetables and then greens to
Boost their immune system.
And I introduce the meal again to come and cross them. So in that same
all
month,
this happened within 2 months.
no, within a month.
Within a month. I mean, like after giving birth, you wait for roughly 3 weeks. Then preparing them for like another 1 week, making so
2 months.
From pregnancy to another pregnancy, roughly 2 months.
Yes. Yeah, roughly 2 months before it, because it's less than 2 months. It's just some days.
Yes, some days apart from.
Sometimes I have like 2 days out.
Okay.
2-3 days out for 2
from
months.
the 2 months.
That is it. And then I continue. So I save some days to do whatever I want to do.
So you've heard his method, which he's using to breed his rabbits, and it's amazing to start rabbit business with 3 females and 1 male, and you're all of within some short period of maybe 4 months, you're having almost close to 43 rabbits. So we were talking about
that is including babies and then the bunnies and then the adults.
Okay.
The adults.
In the morning activities, you were cleaning their droppings and their urine. Is there any use for it?
Rabbit, actually, everything about rabbit, almost everything about it, it's beneficial.
Everything about rabbit is beneficial.
Yeah, and it can be used for money. If my cage was to be constructed in a way where I could trap the urine,
okay, separately,
then I could sell the urine as well.
You could sell the
urine.
Wow.
Sell the urine for people to use as pesticide.
Wow.
And the droppings as manure. That's what I used to fertilize my stuff.
To fertilize the vegetables that you have.
Yes.
Wow.
And over here in Ghana, we have sweet mouth. So sweet mouth. So what we do is that when we kill the rabbits, we put it on fire and then we take off the fur.
We take off
The fur. But then if you're able to kind of like skin it, the skin, you kind of like skin it, remove the skin.
Yeah. The skin or
no skin.
Skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
You skin it. Okay. The skin itself, you dry it and then keep it well.
Okay.
You can sell that also for money.
Is there market for it?
There's market for it because
in Ghana.
You see, in Ghana, because we don't have large production of it.
Of it. Okay.
So
we are not seeing
that.
So in the future projection, are you looking at having a large rabbit where you'll be making money from the fur too?
You know what I'm thinking about with this rabbit business? I think very soon, instead of going to Ukraine and all those places for fertilizer, NPK and stuff, we can be using our own droppings to fertilize our farms.
Fertilize our farms.
Yes. And I think poultry farmers are there to help.
Okay.
Rabbit farmers, pig farmers. You see, the farmers should come together and then even use. You see, we should find a common ground to sell all our droppings. Okay, at a very cheap price because the farmers are also doing us good. Let's say the crop farmers are doing us good by collecting them.
Okay.
So maybe when they are coming, they come to collect a whole bag, or maybe they come to collect, let's say, a whole track of your droppings. They are helping you by cleaning your place for you.
Yeah.
So if they come, at least let's take like 50 or 100 cedis from them and then let them collect away.
So we have a lot of poultry farmers in the system. Why are we not using or modernizing the poultry droppings or the droppings from the animals into these organic fertilizers?
We have a taste of foreign goods. Our taste bud is being tuned to foreign goods. So
is it that a system and a structure in place is not doing its work?
Someone will tell you that if you use NPK for your crops, the crops grow very well. But you should know that that is not organic fertilizer. Okay. That is a manufactured fertilizer. Okay. And whatever chemical is in it, you are eating into your system.
Okay.
So why won't you let your animal use the animal dropping for your crop? So at least you'll be using the same thing. Whatever you're eating is what you know.
Okay.
Because the NPK, you don't know what it is. If you look at the components, the chemical composition, and they tell you there is a sulfur and all. Challenge you and I, who knows sulfur? The layman doesn't know what sulfur is. You see, there are so many things we don't know.
So you prefer to go for more of organic fertilizer?
Master, you see, the thing is organic. Just use what you know.
So to the youth out there, I think this is an opportunity to harvest these organic fertilizers from the poultry farmer, the rabbit farmer, the cow farmer, or anything that gives droppings. You can collect it and find a way of processing it into organic fertilizer to the market. And I think it could be a lucrative business.
Okay. Yeah. You know, the female is calling the male. The female just came out from the hatchery. It's actually brooding.
Okay.
So when it gets up from the eggs, it calls the male and the male meets it, whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
If you hear that sound, you know that yes.
What a love.
Love wanting to.
Okay, so the rabbit, everything about the rabbit is
sellable.
The fur, the droppings, the urine, and the meat itself.
White
meat. It doesn't contain so much fat.
Then fat free. You see, it's perfect for consumption because someone with hypertension.
How many people are into rabbit farming in Ghana?
I can't say.
Did they have an association?
We tried something like that, but then
nothing came out of it.
Well, we think we have something like that, but let's see. It's not really, but we are still trying to do something about it.
So, if you're out there and you want to go into rabbit farming, and you can contact him. I'll leave his email or his contact in the description section. You can contact him, and he will give you. Are you ready to give a consultancy?
Sure. People come around for consultancy stuff, and then people do invite me to their places, look at the place and see what can be done.
Okay, since it's a project I'm embarking on, teaching the youth or the graduates that are from school and looking for job to try and venture into this agribusiness. He's a graduate. He's into agribusiness. His type of business is more of a hobby farming, but he's really making money out of it. So if you're out there and you want to really, really go into this type of farming, he has birds, he has the ducks, he has the rabbit as well, and he's also into fish farming.
And
so
okay, I have goats.
You have goats too.
And
so
then other livestock. So
okay, so if you are out there and you need knowledge on how to go into it, he's ready, his doors are open, and he's ready to teach you on how to go into this type of farming system. Okay, so basically, why is the youth not venturing into agriculture?
Because it's a dirty business.
It's what?
It's a dirty business.
It's a dirty business.
They think it's a dirty business.
They think it's a dirty business.
Yes. But then there is no dirty money.
Is it because of how it was packaged to them?
Yes. You know, if you check my Twitter, if you check my Twitter space, somewhere last week I said,
what's your Twitter handle?
KUDESEA. Okay. Yeah. That's my Twitter handle.
Okay.
At KUDESEA.
Okay.
So I'm like, in Africa, we've been taught to speak too much English in school.
In Africa, and precisely Ghana.
Let's say that we have been taught to speak too much English.
Okay.
In school, we learn so much English.
Okay.
And not
theory.
No, we are learning English.
Okay.
And not a Greek. So we come out of school speaking big grammar on empty stomach. Speaking big grammar on empty stomach. You are speaking grammar and then you are so hungry.
Okay.
Check most of the guys speaking big English. Charlie, they will give you dictions and then you'll be confused. But check their pockets. Nothing. The stomach is empty.
Wow.
And aggression everywhere.
Wow.
That's all. It's bullshit. So the focus should be diverted to agree. Let them actually, along the line. Let me do this confession here. When I finished school, my dad was like, I should go into either carpentry or I should go into any trade.
Okay.
Or go into farming.
Like this artisan or
go into agri. Look at me and said, this man
what kind of a graduate?
No, not a graduate. No, when I finished GSS, when you go to SSC, he was like, no, I said, this man when I get to school, you want me to go and be doing this thing? An insult. I will leave my friends look at me. Look at me, I won't take it. So I refused. And after going through all these things, right now what I say to everyone is, guy,
you regretted?
Not I regret. I'm still regretting.
So you have not finished regretting?
Yes, because
for not trying the artisan.
Yes, and even not going to agree because I've wasted a whole lot of time.
Okay.
If I had listened to him.
Okay.
That's my passion, which I knew I like to do.
Okay.
But he was always telling me that, hey, listen, you don't have to work too hard.
So meaning that your daddy was able to spot your talent in keeping animals.
Yes. He was like, man, you don't have to work so hard. You just have to work very smart. Nature is already working for you, so just assist it to you.
So if somebody is a graduate and want to go into this farming, does not want to get his hands dirty, he can still go into it and employ people to work for him.
I do pig farming.
Okay.
But I don't keep the pigs myself.
You do pig farming?
But I don't keep them myself. Just leverage. I do goat farming, but I do leverage. There are people who also want to do it, so you just invest in them and then make sure you keep monitoring. If you are investing in someone you're not monitoring, it's just like you are a dead being.
So that is a very key factor of running and managing business.
Yes.
You need to monitor, you need to manage and control the input that goes into the business and the output.
That is it. So whatever they do, I need to know what is happening.
Okay.
And trust me, you will see me there almost every week. So more than twice every week.
Now you are keeping birds, ducks. If I say birds, that's the poultry birds, that's the fowls.
So I keep the land fowl and the water fowls.
Okay.
Water birds and the land birds. That is it. The ducks are the water birds.
The water birds. Okay, and the rabbits, the goats, the pig. How about cow?
No, cow. I told you if you give me a cow and a rabbit, I'll go for rabbit.
You go for rabbit. So
because
he sees more prospect for rabbit over cow. So the restaurants out there who wants to go into this local kind of meat,
Organic. Everything here is organic.
Everything here is organic.
No chemicalized.
So they can contact you.
If you want organic, it's me.
Okay. Is it that Greek is not really packaging, it's not well packaged to we students or graduates or we Ghanaians or we Africans?
My brother,
is that a problem?
Even you. How do you look at the farmer? How do you see the farmer? No, when you're going,
that's what I'm asking. Is it because of how it was being packaged? Because when you watch on the billboards, you see a farmer wearing a tattered cloth.
Exactly. So you see, in our mind, okay, when you're growing up, your father will tell you that, hey, let them be a doctor. You have to learn you have to be an engineer. You have to
be an accountant.
Good.
You have to be a lawyer.
Good, Charlie. My dad was an artisan. My dad is a carpenter. Okay. But I've never seen him in the carpentry shop.
So the problem is not only coming from the school, it's also coming from the parents.
Yes, my dad is a carpenter. I've never seen him in the carpentry shop. Anytime he tells me, he says, listen, don't let anyone deceive you. Go and do your trades. When you finish your artisan job, okay, or go and do some agric, just find something to do. When you are doing it, you can be feathering yourself. Okay. You understand? Go to technical school. Go and do the stuff. Okay. Learn a vocation. If it's agric, go and learn the agric. You see, while you are in school, you can be doing something. Charlie, if you are doing the what's it called? If you go to do general arts, when you finish that school, when you finish general arts, you have to quickly go to the university. If your parents don't have money to take you to the university, then you are screwed. Trust me, if you start doing...
Because you don't have any physical artisan experience.
If you start doing farming, or you start doing carpentry or masonry, and you finish school, you finish your senior high or technical school, and then let's say your parents are no more, or there's no money in the house, you can go and then do some labor job.
Okay.
You can start some small farm somewhere.
Okay. And
generate some money
into your pocket
to further yourself.
Okay.
So you see, our education has kind of like made us dependent in one way.
Okay.
And we being dependent, we even relegate the farmers. Let's say we relegate those who are doing the work you are supposed to be doing.
We
relegate them to the background. We look down upon them. Meanwhile, they are the sources of what? Our life.
Okay.
Because trust me, if all the farmers in Ghana decide to lay down their tools, you and I will weep.
We'll go hungry.
No, we won't go hungry, we'll weep. Of course. Charlie, imagine you being hungry and there's no food. What happens to you?
But you need energy to cry.
I didn't say you cry, you weep, because listen, the sound of the cry will not come. You see, the crying is a sound. By weeping, you just be there.
And tears
will be rolling. That's what happened to you.
Wow, so the youth out there, agriculture is not for the poor, it's not for the dirty man, it's not something that you should look down upon. So if you're out there and you are wondering what kind of business to go into, he's a graduate, he has started rabbit farming with 3 females and 1 male.
A borrowed male.
And he's now having 43 within 4 months.
Yeah.
So you can just imagine, and one is costing now 200 Ghana cedis.
Yeah, so from 120 to 200.
150 to 200.
120 to 200.
120 to 200. Yeah. Okay, so you can just imagine if you are to sell all these 43 ducks at a price of, let's say,
all these 43 rabbits at the price of even 100 cedis, that's 4,300.
That's 4,300.
If I'm selling if I'm selling my birds,
okay,
look for the birds, because I keep them in a free, let's say semi-intensive.
Okay.
I don't really know the numbers, and then those in the bush who are hatching and then breeding and coming,
okay,
I can't even quantify them.
Okay.
You understand? But if I have to sell all of them, then
this is the type of farming system he had decided to go for, a semi-intensive free-range system. So if you're out there and you feel like having more control over your birds, you are allowed to do it. This is the system he is comfortable with. I know there will be argument that why don't you have a full control over it? So
okay, people ask me why don't I want to kind of like Why wouldn't I kind of like keep all of them in a in a confined place and stuff? Well, I can keep them in a confined place and I can feed them. But I don't want to buy nutrients for them.
You don't want to buy nutrients for them?
Yes.
Okay.
They should get their own nutrients.
Okay. Okay, last but one question. If given the chance to change something in Africa, what would that be?
If given the chance to change something in Africa,
yeah,
I would say we should change our education system.
We should change our educational system. How do you want the educational system to be like?
Let me give you a scenario.
Okay.
Yesterday, someone sent me a WhatsApp message.
Okay.
Asking me to choose food, to choose to live without two of them.
Okay.
Live without two of these things I'm mentioning: food, sex, money. Food, sex, money, and what?
Food, sex, money.
And let's see if I can find them. Okay, let's give you this. Sorry, I'm taking time. Okay, alcohol, food, sex, money, and music. Okay, and this is what I choose. I said I'll go away from alcohol and money. I should delete two.
Okay, that you don't want.
Yeah, I should delete two of these: alcohol, food, money, sex, and music.
Okay.
I said I will delete what? Alcohol and money.
Why?
Food. You need food to survive.
Okay.
Sex, somehow you need it. No, anyhow you need it.
You deleted the alcohol and money, but you are keeping the food.
I'm keeping the food.
Okay.
I'm keeping the sex, and I'm keeping the money. I'm keeping the music.
The music.
Because you talking to me is actually music.
Wow.
Yes.
So what has it got to do with the change that you want in the educational system?
Good. People should be taught, okay, the value of life, the basic
value of life.
The basic value of life. Money is not life.
Are you sure?
Of course.
People say money is life.
Before money
is money.
You see, time.
Money is, or time is money. Money is life, or time is life.
So this sparked an argument. It's like, hey, too soon, basically. They say, let's get your mind, now you're in Tonyama.
Okay.
Who here there? If you need something, before money, we're buying things, we're doing whatever we want to do, we're transacting businesses.
Okay.
If you need my phone, okay, if you need my phone, you come with something else and take my phone.
Okay.
You understand?
So not necessarily money.
Not necessarily money.
So you can exchange your food or your music.
No, Master, bring your goat and come and take a fowl. Come and take a Brahma.
Bring a goat and come and take.
Brahma.
So if you feel like eating fowl,
you bring what you have.
You have the desire to eat fowl and you have the goat. You bring the goat and come for the fowl.
You see, these things even promote cultural exchange.
Okay.
You understand? It promotes a whole lot of stuff.
Okay.
But then if we kind of like put the focus on money,
okay, and
then lifestyle, you see now our focus is on flashy stuff. Okay. And in Africa, we have actually driven all our focus to flashy stuff and then luxurious lifestyle.
Okay.
When other people in China and Europe are doing something reasonable.
Okay.
Charlie, when we are TikTok, right?
Yeah,
TikToking and watching ladies with us doing their stuff and then twerking and then watching music videos and they're giving us Charlie some new vibes and then showing us dresses and stuff. Someone is seriously showing
go